Hello, wine students. Welcome to University Wine, the channel where we dive deep into the world of wine. I'm your host, Professor Weisse, and today we dive headfirst into one of the most versatile, most misunderstood, and magnificent white grapes on the planet, Chardonnay. Let's begin with the characteristics of Chardonnay. Primary fruit aromas, alcohol, body, and acidity are all greatly affected by climate. A typical cool climate Chardonnay, think Chablis, has high acidity, light to medium body, and flavors of green fruits, citrus fruits, and wet stones. Moderate climate examples, such as Côte have medium to high acidity, medium to full body, and flavors of lemon, stone fruits like peach, and sometimes tropical fruit like melon. In warm climate Chardonnays are full-bodied, medium acidity, dominated by peach and tropical fruit. Winemakers often use acidification, adding extra acid during winemaking to balance alcohol and body. Alongside primary fruit flavors, Chardonnay picks up secondary notes from winemaking. Malolactic conversion softens acid and adds dairy flavors, think butter and cream. Lees contact brings extra body plus bread and biscuit aromas. And oak barrel fermentation adds smoke, vanilla, coconut. Some use less expensive oak chips or staves. Remember that those are only winemaking options. Strong secondary flavors can overwhelm lighter fruit, so only wines with sufficient intensity benefit. Many winemakers avoid malolactic or lees to keep things fresh and ferment in inert vessels. You'll see bottles labeled unoaked or unwooded. Very good or outstanding Chardonnays can age for years or even decades, developing complex tertiary flavors like hazelnut and mushroom. That's when you know it's special. Now let's tour the world's most important regions. Burgundy, France is the gold standard. Chardonnay is the main white grape. The region stretches from cool Chablis in the north through moderate Côte to Mâconnais in the south. Bourgogne AOC wines can come from anywhere. Simple apple and lemon with high acidity. Chablis AOC delivers dry wines with high acidity, apple, lemon, and wet stone flavors. Premier and Grand Cru vineyards sit on southeast-facing hillsides for extra sun, producing riper fruit. Frost is a constant worry and can slash production. Almost no oak here, and producers ferment in inert vessels to preserve delicate, cool climate fruit. In the Côte d'Or, especially Côte de Beaune, south of Beaune, moderate climate brings riper peach and melon notes. Villages like Meursault AOC and Pouligny-Montrachet AOC are famous for outstanding wines. Premier and Grand Cru sites add complexity through oak barrels and lees aging. These can develop hazelnut and mushroom notes for decades and are considered by many the pinnacle of Chardonnay quality worldwide. They command high prices. Further south in Mâconnais, you'll find fruity, mostly unoaked wines labeled Mâcon AOC, with simple lemon, peach, and melon. But the steep, sun-trapped slopes around Pouilly-Fuissé AOC give higher quality concentrated stone fruit and tropical fruit flavors, often with oak for added body and complexity. South of France, close to the Mediterranean, is warm climate territory. High-volume, ripe, fruity Chardonnays with peach, pineapple, and banana are usually labeled IGP. Very good examples may see barrel fermentation, while cheaper brands use chips. In the USA, California dominates. The inland Central Valley, very warm and dry, irrigated for high yields, produces high-volume brands labeled simply California. Expect peach and pineapple, medium acidity and body with oak from chips. Coastal areas are far more exciting. Carneros is cooled by morning fog from San Pablo Bay. Sonoma gets Pacific sea breezes. These moderate the climate for a longer, slower ripening season, helping retain acidity while developing complex fruit. Napa Valley turns warmer further north, producing full-bodied Chardonnay with pronounced tropical fruit, complemented by vanilla and spice from new oak. On the central coast, Santa Barbara County receives cooling sea breezes funneled inland by valleys. Styles range from Côte de Beaune-like elegance to more tropical wines with higher alcohol and bolder new oak influence. Oregon, with its generally moderate climate, gives refreshingly high acidity Chardonnays showing citrus lemon to tropical melon notes. Production is smaller than California's, but quality is excellent. Australia offers a huge range. High-volume Chardonnays labeled Southeastern Australia often come from warm, irrigated inland vineyards. Peach and pineapple with varying oak. But cooler coastal regions like Adelaide Hills, cooled by southern currents, Yarra Valley in Victoria, and Margaret River produces wines with ripe stone fruit, peach, sometimes tropical pineapple, high natural acidity, and balanced oak. New Zealand signs in Marlborough on the South Island, cool to moderate with ocean breezes, sea breezes, and plentiful rainfall. Expect very good quality wines with ripe lemon, peach, and melon, high natural acidity, and subtle oak. On the North Island, Hawke's Bay is moderate and the most widely planted white grape here. It produces full-bodied wines balanced by high acidity and pronounced strong fruit flavors. Chile's coastal Casablanca Valley gets sea breezes and morning fog from the Pacific. These cooling influences elongate the growing season, yielding refreshing Chardonnays with citrus lemon and stone fruit peach. And South Africa has hot inland Western Cape vineyards, mostly for high-volume branded wines, sometimes blended with Chenin Blanc. But the cooler coastal Walker Bay, exposed to strong southern sea breezes, has a reputation for very good quality Chardonnay, high acidity, ripe stone fruit, peach, tropical, pineapple, and oak flavors. The labeling of Chardonnay wines is wonderfully straightforward. Most New World wines shout Chardonnay on the front. Old World wines often give you the region, Chablis, Meursault, Montrachet, so geography knowledge becomes your best friend. Today, in many markets, Chardonnay suffers from its association with heavy oak flavors common in the 1980s and 90s. Producers are now far more careful not to overpower the fruit. Yet it still shows oak more than Pinot Grigio or Sauvignon Blanc. The steady popularity of unoaked Chablis, labeled by region, not grape, has helped. At the premium end, Chardonnay is revered for expressing climate, vineyard, and winemaker skill. Its endless flavor combinations intrigue wine lovers willing to pay high prices to watch them evolve in the bottle. So next time you see a Chardonnay, ask yourself, cool, moderate, or warm, oaked or unoaked? With its versatility, there's likely a perfect bottle waiting for your next meal. Drop your favorite Chardonnay memory or your perfect food pairing in the comments. Next time, we turn to another white grape variety that, while versatile, goes with a different type of versatility, Chenin Blanc. Like and subscribe. Cheers. Until next time.